What's up guys, welcome to another TTG news. Got a bunch of news to talk about and then some awesome pictures that you guys actually sent in. So if you guys hadn't already heard, there's been a bunch of hurricanes and like crazy weather stuff going on in the US lately. I think most of it's over now, but it's actually affecting a few Ironman races, including Ironman North Carolina, where the bike loop actually had to be shortened to only 50 miles. So it's kind of pretty disappointing for most of the racers, I'd imagine, but because of all the flooding and the damage to the roads, they're basically unusable. So for both the Ironman distance and the 70.3 race, it's only going to be a 50-mile loop. Luckily for the people that are racing that, the races actually will still count as a qualifier, so you don't really have to worry about that, but it's definitely probably pretty disappointing for most of the people racing there that, you know, you're not really doing the full distance, you're not really doing a full Ironman, which I would be pretty disappointed about if I was racing in this race, but I guess there's not much you can do in this type of situation. So for a bit more Ironman race news, the Ironman Vineman in California, that's actually been really popular and pretty iconic, is actually going to change locations to Santa... What is it called, man? They've actually changed the location of this race to Santa Rosa, which is another area in California, but they're going to be keeping the same elements of the course, so it's kind of the same area, but the course is going to be different. I'm not entirely sure why they're changing the course over. Maybe it's just to accommodate more racers since more and more people are racing, but it is going to be keeping some elements of the Sonoma Valley area. So it's definitely still supposed to be a really nice course, really nice shaded areas for the run on some nice trails apparently. So that's just something that you might want to know if you're planning on doing Vineman. It's actually going to be slightly different races this year, and that's both for the Ironman and 70.3 distances. They're both moving over to Santa Rosa. So for some more time trial bike news, BMC has released the new Time Machine 01, or just 101. Anyways, Time Machine 01 is what they're calling it. So it's basically just their time machine bike that was their older triathlon bike that they kind of updated. So it has a really cool kind of like telescoping thing for the handlebars, so you don't really have to add spacers or whatever. It just kind of goes up and down, and it's adjusted with a bolt or a couple bolts, something like that. So it looks really cool. It doesn't look as wacky as the like PX5 or P5X, I mean, and the Diamondback Andean, but still pretty cool to see that. Check it out, it's floating around on the screen, and I think it looks really cool, especially with the yellow color that they showed it off in. I think it looks nice. So I was looking online a few days ago and I found this really cool article by Triathlon Magazine where they explained basically the most common characteristics of the fastest Ironman triathletes. So I'll tell you basically what they found in this study, and then you guys will be able to see if you guys are going to be the best Ironman triathletes or not. So first off, the ages for the people with the fastest times was actually between 30 and 35 years old. So it's basically all old people that are going fast, which kind of sucks for me and probably most of the people watching. So 30 to 35 is the best age to be doing an Ironman. Apparently that's the fastest. Now they did talk a lot about your body shape. So if you have lower body mass, or if you weigh less, if you have less fat on your body, that's all a lot better for doing an Ironman. And also if you're a little bit more slender, is better than, you know, being stockier. So for the best training that you want to do for an Ironman triathlon, apparently it's doing about 14 hours a week, with 2.5 hours of that being swimming, 7.5 being biking, and 4 hours a week running. So pretty interesting. And they also mentioned that doing it at a lower intensity is actually better for the long distance training for an Ironman. Basically the last thing that they mentioned was that people with more experience who had done more races, not necessarily even Ironman races, but other triathlons or marathons, that type of stuff, actually perform better in the races. So that kind of makes sense. The more experience you have, the better you're going to be doing in an Ironman. For some more race news, we had the Challenge Mallorca from Spain, which is actually a really cool race, like in a super nice location. So the winners for this race for the men was Peter Himmerich of Belgium and Judith Corachin Vaquera of Spain. So definitely a cool race. That actually looks like something I would love to do. Just the location is awesome. It's off this pretty small island in the Mediterranean Sea. So it really looks like a really cool location. I wouldn't even mind getting last place as long as I could race in this race. So someone send me out there if you want to. So kind of some sad news, the last ITU World Cup sprint race is going to be happening tomorrow. It's in Pyongyang in South Korea. So if you guys want to check that out, I guess be sure to check out for the results. I don't know if you can watch the race online or whatever, but some sad news really means that winter is coming. I definitely know that already if you watch my vlogs. I'm freezing cold on my bike going to school every day. So that means winter training, indoor training is coming up, which sucks. So anyways, I'm gonna finish off the news there, and now I wanna show off some of the pictures that you guys have sent me. So today I'm gonna show 2 pictures because I don't really wanna leave too many people left out. So we had this, actually an older gentleman who sent me a picture, which is really cool. It's cool to see that there's kind of older and younger people watching my videos. So here he looks, he's in transition, grabbing some water. Pretty cool. Looks like he maybe have raced in the ITU World Championships at some point because I recognize those suits. So definitely really cool. And then we had this other guy, I can't remember his name. And then another guy, James Andrew Swart, who actually sent me a whole bunch of pictures. So I'll show off a couple of them here. So he had one where he's doing a wheelie on his bike. I thought this was really cool. You don't really see people doing tricks on their road bikes, you know, that's kind of more of a mountain bike type of thing. So really cool for you to be doing that. And then he also sent me another kind of cool one where he's on the shore of, looks like an ocean or a really big lake, I don't know, and apparently trying out his new wetsuit. So definitely looks really cool. So thanks for sending me those pictures, guys. If you want to see one of your pictures up on at the end of these videos, be sure to tag me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can just send them to me, whatever you want. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stick around and never stop trying.